Friends, today we are going to review a very informative movie with you. The title of this movie is City of Angels. The movie was released in the year 2023. Let's all watch it till the end, so let's go. At the beginning of the movie we see a cop named Pablo, a special guy. He's getting ready to fire his gun. Elsewhere, a guy named Sergio. He is walking around town with his son and daughter. Suddenly Sergio stops at a casino and says to the kids, "Get in the car. I'll be right there," and walks away. Sergio enters the casino, talks to his acquaintances, and tries to place a bet. At one point, Sergio's children arrive. The son is not happy with what his father is doing. And as for the security guard, they say they won't let the kids in, but then they let them sit there. Pablo arrives at the hospital. His wife is there, and his son is getting ready for surgery. He has to have heart surgery, but he is looking for a suitable donor. Sergio's wife comes to the casino and wants to take the kids. As for Sergio, he snaps at his wife and watches TV. He says he won a lot of money. His wife says it's over. Then she leaves with the kids. Suddenly two thugs come in and pull out guns. One of the employees raises the alarm and calls for help. These men came to steal the money. The thieves say that they don't have to be afraid, that they won't hurt anyone, just take the money. A guy named Alejo comes up to the bartender and demands money. The bartender looks him in the eye and says, "I recognize you. Get out of here. I'll tell your father now." And so on. This Alejo is crazy. He shoots the bartender in the head. People are shocked. The young man takes off his mask. The other one next to him says, "What have you done, idiot?" At some point the cops arrive and shoot the second guy. Alejo at this time shoots one cop. The second one runs away. Alejo then approaches his friend and asks him to stand up. Pablo's co-workers call him and summon him. They say they need a sniper, that there is a situation outside. Pablo looks at his sleeping son, on one side thinking about the imprisoned men. His wife comes up to him and tells him that he can't help his son, even if you stay here. She says he should go rescue the hostages. In the casino, Alejo grabs the other bartender and tells him to open the machines. Alejo takes the keys, a mantle out of his bag, and starts destroying the machines, and shows the others. "This is how it's done," he says. Sergio starts opening a new machine. Pablo goes to the casino, but his boss Costa confronts him. This woman leads all the employees, and Pablo gathers his team and takes them to the high buildings. They are all watching from the sidelines with a sniper. Sergio approaches Alejo and says he has a request. He wants Alejo to let his family go. Here comes a call. Alejo picks up the phone. An employee named Eva starts talking. She just wants to talk. Alejo gets angry. To protect himself, Sergio is next to him like a prisoner. Then he takes his wife. He tells the employee to open the door. Eva comes in. Alejo starts to say, "Listen to me. I need a car." Then the police and all the employees leave. "Otherwise I will start killing everyone." Eva asks if she can take the wounded police officer. Alejo is very angry with her. Eva, however, backs away, saying it's okay. Eva exits and the casino employee closes the door again. Eva goes to her co-workers and says the guy is crazy. Back at the casino, Sergio's daughter starts crying. As for Alejo, he says she should shut up or he will shoot her. Pablo prepares the room and sends his wife a voicemail. This little girl starts crying. Then the older brother takes a toy, calls his sister to him, and starts to comfort her. At some point, Eva comes in and says she's brought the car around. But in response, Alejo says, "You are not alone. Do you think I am stupid?" At this time, Pablo had a chance to shoot Alejo, but he gets a text from his wife and fails the mission. Boss Costa tells him, "Why didn't you shoot?" At this point in the casino, Sergio kicked up a fuss, saying he was going to take the item. When Alejo turned to him, the employees came in and started shooting him. One of the snipers shot Alejo in the neck, and other employees came in. Nobody guessed, but it turns out that in this shootout, Sergio's son was also shot. Immediately Sergio's son and this crazy Alejo were taken to the hospital. Pablo arrived where Costa was, and he felt guilty, and repeated the words that the boy should stay alive. Costa told him that he had better go to his son. Pablo went into the room, and his wife was there. The son opened his eyes a little. Then Pablo talked to his wife and told her what happened today. He says he didn't understand. He should have shot the bad guy, but he couldn't do it. He blames himself and starts crying. And there, in the room, the doctor tells Sergio and his wife that their son died on the road. The parents start crying in bewilderment. After a while, the doctor sits Sergio and his wife down. He makes a request. Your sons are dead. Now there is a chance to save another child. He asks if you will donate your son's heart. His mother immediately agrees. She says she is willing to do a good deed, but Sergio refuses. Then after a while, Sergio tries to enter Alejo's room, where he is being treated. He comes with the intention of killing Alejo for his son, but he is stopped by the staff. And a hospital employee comes up to Pablo and his wife and tells them that a donor has been found. Pablo's wife is overjoyed, but Pablo realizes something. He goes to where Sergio's son is and wants to see the boy. The doctor takes him away. At that moment, Sergio comes up and asks about this man. Why did he come to see my son? Sergio, who earlier seemed to agree to donate, refuses again. And Pablo, he's crying because he's dead. Sergio gets there. Then Pablo looks at him and says, "Please forgive me. When I had the chance, I didn't kill this guy." He says he didn't shoot. Then Pablo says he is the father of that boy who needs a heart. He says my son needs a heart right now. In response, Sergio says, "You didn't protect my son. He died. And now you ask for my son's heart to keep your son alive." Pablo cries, not knowing what to say. Then Sergio sits down next to him and says, "I'll do it, but on the condition that you kill the bastard." Sergio says, "I don't care. I have nothing to lose. Meet me in an hour." Their conversation is noticed by another co-worker named Nova. The co-worker observes. Pablo then goes to see Alejo, who is being treated. Costa leaves the room. In the moment, Nova calls Costa. Then Costa looks at Pablo and says that he better not mess with Sergio. And Sergio at this moment goes to his wife. She is sitting, tired. The father can't tell her that his brother is dead. Then his wife asks Sergio to agree to the donation, and then they leave. Sergio's wife is just tired. Sergio refuses. He says the officer had the opportunity to shoot the bandit, but he didn't. He didn't save our son. So Sergio thinks his son died because of Pablo. Costa feels something everywhere, looks at the doctor, and asks about another hospital. She asks if it is possible to move the patient to another hospital. The doctor tells him that it is possible. Sergio walks down the corridor. Pablo calls him and asks him to pray. Then Pablo says he will do whatever he asks on condition that he signs the paper for the donation, and warns him that if he doesn't sign the paper, he'll destroy him. As for Sergio, he says he will sign everything as long as he kills the bastard. Pablo tells him that he will do it himself, but Sergio tells him that I want to see Alejo die too. After a while, Sergio gets into a cab and leaves. Then, while in the cab, he deliberately hides his phone in the car. Then he goes back to the hospital, takes out the paper, gives it to the cab driver, and runs away. Meanwhile, Pablo goes into the other room and tries to shoot Alejo with a gun through the window. After a while, Sergio arrives. They both stand at the same window. Sergio says he has to shoot now, but Pablo says he's not brave enough. Sergio tries to take his phone away from him. He takes something in his hand and hits Pablo with it. Then he takes the gun and sees that the doctors have taken Alejo. Sergio is angry. At some point, a servant comes into the room and starts banging on the door. Sergio lets him in and tells him to take off his clothes. The helicopter has landed and is waiting for Alejo and is about to leave. Sergio follows Alejo. When they get close to the helicopter, Sergio pulls out his gun and tries to kill Alejo. Costa tells him that he shouldn't do it and that he will regret it tomorrow, and that he should think about his daughter, because if he goes to jail, he will really feel sorry for his daughter. He cries and surrenders. The cops take him away. After a while, Pablo shows up. His wife calls him and tells him to start the operation on his son. Pablo runs to his wife. After a while, Sergio is walking with his daughter. At some point, Pablo comes with his son. They see each other. Pablo plays with his son. Sergio looks at him, remembering his son. That's how the movie ends.